Do the hockey scenes in Heated Rivalry advance the story? Are they completely gratuitous? No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about something else. The term hockey smut, I feel, is regarded by some as diminishing towards hockey romance and the growing appeal of that market, in much the way that anything designed to appeal primarily to women is treated like weeds in the garden of our culture, from fashion to pop music. There's always some derogatory way to dismiss the things that a largely female audience enjoys, and so that's the case for hockey romance / hockey smut. However, the term is also used with affection by people who love the subgenre, including Heated Rivalry author Rachel Reed, I think as an act of reclamation, and as an acknowledgement that these stories are in fact full of smut, and that is not actually diminishing. In fact, far from being gratuitous, smut scenes are essential to the story, and by smut I do mean sex. Character is revealed through action, and those scenes are action. When the show debuted, the smut was all anyone was talking about, and smut sells. But smut also tells. It tells a story. This is a love story that begins with smut and unfolds through smut. And hooking up is how the characters discover each other. It's a very modern, very progressive, and very queer approach to romance. So let's talk about how each of the smut scenes advances the story in Heated Rivalry. I'm avoiding saying the word itself to stop this video being demonetized, even though this video is never going to be monetized. We live in hope. Actually, I live in Canada. Episode 1. Scene 1. The gym seduction at the M-Late draft. This is the first seduction. The one that doesn't directly pay off, isn't consummated. It's a smut scene without smut. There is grunting and sweating and touching. There is direct eye contact after days of timid glances. Shane's eyes follow the water bottle from crotch to lips to his own lips, and the subtle dom-sub dynamics are present in the way Ilya makes Shane drink that water. I don't need to spell this out for you, although I just did. This is the preamble, telling the viewer that the basis of this relationship is a powerful and mutual physical attraction. The second scene, showers after the ad shoot. It's the summer before rookie season. Summer before. And the second seduction scene. The boys are filming an ad for an energy drink that looks a lot like poppers. And Ilya has arranged for Shane to be there because after that gym scene, he's realized that Shane needs an even clearer invitation. Shane does not do subtext. Shane needs a whole show, and he gets one in those showers. The parameters of the relationship are also negotiated here. I might open, I might knock. Shane is receptive. Ilya is penetrative. Third smutty scene is in Shane's suite. Shane says we should talk, but conversation is not the foundation of this relationship, and so they do not talk. In fact, the fellas don't even move away from the door before Shane experiences his first time. And as they move to the bed, Ilya throws off his clothes and Shane folds his carefully. Character revealed through action. Shane keeps his socks on. It's very cute. This scene also teaches us something about care and consent. Ilya confirms that this is Shane's first time. He asks him what he wants. He asks if what they are doing is okay. And he encourages Shane to set his own boundaries, to swallow or not to swallow. That is the question. This is all crucial to showing us Ilya's actual character in contrast to his public persona. We also learn that Ilya shows affection through teasing, and that Shane is torn between shame and joy at this experience. We only learn all of this because it is a hookup sequence. We don't learn it through chat. We don't learn it through any other actions. This action, the action of hooking up, is integral. Smutty scene number 4, the All-Star game. This hookup tells us a lot about Ilya and a lot about the relationship's dynamic. Ilya is more dominant and aggressive, even picking Shane up bodily off the floor, placing him on the bed. And yet he continues to model boundaries and consent, which is why they don't get to do the thing that Ilya wants to do. Secondarily, the scene is a crash course in the nuances of male hookup culture for audience members that may not know much about it. We learn about topping and bottoming and threesomes and toys as training, and we learn that penetration is not an essential element of smashing. Apologies to anyone who thought they could skirt around religious prohibition by finding loopholes. I'm afraid to tell you, any loophole is a goal. The scene ends with an exchange of phone numbers, again at Ilya's prompting, and the boys will spend the next 2 years of their supposedly purely physical relationship exchanging flirty texts that strengthen their bond. It is at this point we knew that they were doomed. Episode 2 and 5. Shane's place in Montreal. This is when the lads get together again at last to fulfill the long-deferred promise of what in the butt. The relationship has clearly shifted. They still do not know each other well, but after months of communication, they like each other. And equally crucially, Shane is more comfortable teasing back. You will murder me. Maybe. This encounter is the first of the romantic, intimate scenes. Slow, sensual, lots of contact and communication. Ilya and Shane both start asking questions. They are interested in more than the physical, but both afraid that the other person might not be. The sequence ends with the kiss on the stairs, recently voted best kiss of the series on the Heated Rivalry Reddit, knocking even Skip on Ice into second place. Show creator Jacob Tierney has said this kiss was more tender than intended, but the actors knew what they were doing. These boys are hooked on their feelings. Of course, that means they need to reset. Scene 6, Ilya's hotel suite. Sochi Olympics bring all Ilya's fears back to the surface, and he pushes Shane away. So the next time they hook up in Ilya's suite after the awards show, it is not romantic at all. Ilya takes the lead in the Dom sub role play with the chair, the vodka, the instructions. Shane strikes a balance between defiant and submissive, notably in the way he takes off and then tosses his underwear. We see only fleeting glimpse of coitus, because the setup is the important part. They do not even kiss. Now, they kissed in the men's room prior to this scene, but that is a location associated with the scandalous side of men's hookup culture, not typically regarded as romantic. The most romantic part of the exchange is Shane saying, I need you. And then we come to episode 3, and I'm keeping the focus on Ilya and Shane's story, and there is no Ilya Shane Smut in this episode, so apologies to my fellow Skip fans. Cool, though, that their relationship emphasizes versatility. Episode 4, the 7th smutty scene, is the montage. This episode opens with a montage of hockey, oinking, and kissing scenes to establish a new status quo and contrast their private intimacy with their public feud. Enough of that. Episode 8 takes place at Ilya's place in Boston, and as with the fellas' first encounter, Shane suggests they should talk. Ilya suggests they should get down on it, and Ilya again wins the coin toss. However, this time the boys actually do talk afterwards. Ilya extends the tentative threads of a relationship. You could stay. Tuna melts, cold ginger ale, casual conversation, personal connection, and boyfriend smut. Yeah, we get double smut here. It starts with hair stroking and cuddling in front of the TV and ends, as all great boyfriend smut does, with a panic attack. Ilya, who knows himself, is pushing the relationship into new territory, and Shane, who does not know himself, runs away. Interlude. Shane hooks up with a woman. It does not go great. It helps him to know himself a bit better. It's not what we came for. Episode 5. Footage not found. A second episode with no smutty scenes between Shane and Ilya. Though this time the boys are actually the focus of the episode. They do hook up, but we don't see it because we are in Shane's territory now. And that means talking out loud about what you really think. So conversations happen, some of them in bedrooms, one of them in our hospital bed, one of them partly in Russian. Ilya is on unfamiliar terrain now. His confidence is shattered. I'm so in love with you, and I don't know what to do about it. This whole episode underlines the point that the smut is not gratuitous. Because when we don't need smut to advance the story, when the story is being advanced in other ways, we don't get any smut. Ooh, slap my face and call me ginger ale, because I am cold enough. So is my friend here. Episode 6. 10th, 11th, 12th smutty scenes. Coming to the cottage. There are 3 smut scenes in the final episode, but we are in a different world now. We are in a post-Skip world, and the intimacy is more playful, more teasing, more fun, and that is very important to show. We actually cut away from the first smut scene after a lot of kissing. The second takes place while Shane is having a telephone conversation, and it is a scene that shifts the boundaries a smidge, with Shane taking small steps towards acknowledging that his feelings might mean more to him than his fear of exposure. This is followed with conversation. The interlocking toe scene, and then Shane's early morning building a future scene, the exchange of I love yous. This is all talk. And what's important about all of this stuff is that they do not do the deed in any of these scenes. A relationship that started as hookups has developed beyond that. They do make love the next morning, and it is the most intimate we've seen them. They are wrapped in each other. They are exploring each other. And a notable detail here, in the very first hookup, Ilya puts his hand in Shane's mouth, a demonstration of their physical dynamic. In this scene, Shane puts his hand in Ilya's mouth, which demonstrates the romantic dynamic. Shane has now penetrated Ilya right in the heart, and not with his pee-pee. That would be really gross and weird. And that's it. No more smut. Parents happens, spaghetti happens, boyfriend happens. I think so, yes. The end. Until next time. But what I hope I've demonstrated here is Heated Rivalry is a show that recognizes that a love story set in the modern world, especially one between men, does not have to be about two people falling in love and then consummating their relationship. That's very traditional. That's very Christian. That's very old school romantic. What we know now from the culture that we live in is that the waka waka wow can happen first based on attraction and need. The love story can unfold against that backdrop, and it is through Smut that these characters discover each other. Smut is not incidental or gratuitous. Smut is the story. So I say, long live the hockey smut.